Most predators rely on strength. The cheetah bets everything on one single second. Right now, somewhere on the African savanna, a cheetah is watching, completely still, completely focused, her golden eyes locked on a target 300 meters away. And in less time than it takes you to blink twice, she will go from 0 to 70 miles per hour, faster than a Porsche 911 off the line, faster than almost anything alive on this planet. But here is what nobody tells you. That explosive speed comes with a price so steep it threatens her life every single time she uses it. Speed is only half the story. Because behind the fastest land animal on Earth is a mother who raises her young completely alone in one of the most unforgiving environments imaginable. And a solitary existence so isolating, it makes the cheetah one of the most misunderstood creatures in the wild. Stay with us until the end, because the truth about how cheetah mothers raise their cubs will genuinely change the way you see these animals forever. And one final detail, saved for last, will stay with you long after this video ends. Now, to truly understand the cheetah, we have to start where everything begins, with the body itself. Forget everything you think you know about big cats. The cheetah is not built like a predator. It is built like a projectile. Every single part of its body has been shaped by millions of years of evolution into one obsessive purpose: pure, devastating speed. Start with the spine. Unlike any other big cat, the cheetah's backbone functions like a giant biological spring. With every single stride, it compresses and explodes outward, catapulting the body forward. This mechanism alone adds nearly 15 feet to every stride cycle. 15 feet just from a spine. Then there is the heart. Proportionally, the cheetah's heart is nearly twice the size of a lion's. Combined with oversized lungs and enlarged nasal passages, this animal floods its muscles with oxygen at a rate most creatures cannot match. During a sprint, its breathing rate jumps from 60 to 150 breaths per minute in seconds. Look at the paws. Unlike every other big cat, the cheetah has non-retractable claws, permanently exposed, gripping the ground like metal spikes on a sprinter's track. And then there is the head. At full speed, the head barely moves, while the entire body twists and surges beneath it. The head stays locked and laser-focused, a biological guidance system stabilizing vision during the most violent movement in the animal kingdom. Phase 1. Acceleration. Within 3 seconds, the cheetah reaches 70 miles per hour, all 4 legs leaving the ground twice per stride cycle. Entirely airborne, covering ground at a rate the human eye can barely track. Phase 2. The kill window. The cheetah has approximately 20 to 30 seconds at full speed before its body temperature hits a dangerous 105 degrees Fahrenheit. 20 to 30 seconds. That is the entire window between a meal and starvation. Phase 3. The cost. After a successful hunt, the cheetah cannot eat immediately. It must rest for up to 20 minutes, completely vulnerable. During those 20 minutes, lions, hyenas, and vultures can arrive and steal everything. The cheetah, physically incapable of fighting back, can only watch. Nearly 50% of all cheetah hunts end in failure. Every sprint is a life-or-death energy gamble. This is not just the fastest animal on Earth, it's one of the most physically vulnerable predators in the entire ecosystem. But raw speed alone does not make a successful hunter. What happens in the minutes before the sprint is where the cheetah's true intelligence reveals itself. The cheetah hunts in broad daylight, in open grassland, completely visible to its prey, and yet it succeeds. Before a single muscle fires, it studies. It can spend up to 30 minutes completely motionless, reading a herd, isolating the one animal that is slower, younger, or slightly off balance. The decision is made before the chase ever begins. This is patience weaponized. A predator so confident in its speed that it can afford to wait, to study, to choose the perfect moment rather than react on instinct alone. Those distinctive black lines running from the eyes to the mouth are not decorative. They function like the black grease athletes paint beneath their eyes, absorbing light, reducing glare, enabling precise target tracking across sun-blasted distances. When the chase begins, prey animals cut and swerve desperately. The cheetah mirrors every movement, using its tail as a dynamic rudder, counterbalancing sharp turns that would send any other animal tumbling at 70 miles per hour. The kill is swift, a sharp swipe to the hindquarters, then an immediate throat grip maintained until the struggle ends. No wasted energy, precision from the first move to the last. But even the most perfectly engineered hunting machine faces something no speed or strategy can solve: the weight of raising the next generation entirely alone. She has no pride, no partner, no backup. After a gestation of 90 to 95 days, she delivers 3 to 5 cubs in a hidden spot, a dense thicket, a rocky outcrop. The cubs are born completely blind and entirely helpless, weighing less than a pound each, and the world around them is immediately, relentlessly hostile. In those first fragile weeks, the mother faces an impossible dilemma. She must leave the cubs to hunt, because without food, she produces no milk. But every time she leaves them exposed. Lions, leopards, hyenas, and large birds of prey actively hunt cheetah cubs. Some estimates suggest up to 90% of cubs do not survive to adulthood. Let that number settle. 90%. Those that survive enter the most intensive education program in the animal kingdom. 18 months of continuous high-stakes learning with no margin for error. In the first 6 months, cubs develop coordination through relentless play. Every chase, every stumble, every wrestling match with a sibling is the body quietly rehearsing the mechanics it will need to survive alone one day. It looks like joy. It is preparation. Between 6 and 12 months, the mother brings live prey back and releases it deliberately. She lets it run. She watches her cubs fail, stumbling, overshooting, losing focus. She does not intervene, because failure now is the only teacher that truly works. Between 12 and 18 months, the cubs join real hunts, making costly mistakes in the field. The mother absorbs every failure, adjusting, repositioning, hunting again. And then, at 18 months, something stops wildlife observers completely in their tracks. The mother leaves. Not gradually, she simply withdraws and does not return. This is not abandonment. This is the final lesson. Independence is not given, it is enforced. Because in the cheetah's world, dependence is a death sentence. The siblings stay together briefly, a small coalition offering temporary safety. But eventually, each one moves into solitude, the same solitude their mother has always known, the same solitude that defines this species more than any other characteristic. And that enforced solitude leads us directly to the final and most urgent part of this story. An adult cheetah roams a territory of up to 500 square miles, spending the vast majority of its life encountering almost no one. The only lasting social bond is the occasional coalition between male siblings, brothers who stayed together after separation. But for females, even this is absent. Their solitude is absolute and unbroken. And yet, this extraordinary animal is disappearing. 100 years ago, 100,000 cheetahs roamed across Africa, the Middle East, and Central Asia. Today, fewer than 7,000 remain, a collapse of over 90% in a single century. Habitat destruction fragments their territories, cutting off genetic diversity and forcing cheetahs into dangerous contact with human settlements. Farmers retaliate. The cheetah loses ground it can never recover. And the illegal wildlife trade captures cubs to sell as exotic pets, most dying within weeks without their mother's 18 months of irreplaceable instruction. Every cub taken is not just one animal lost, it is an entire lineage erased. Conservation organizations are working against this tide, but the numbers are unforgiving, and time is not on the cheetah's side. One final detail: the cheetah cannot roar. Instead, it chirps, it purrs, It produces a small, almost bird-like call to locate its cubs or signal to a sibling, a fragile sound, nothing like the thunderous declarations of its relatives. And somehow, that sound captures everything essential about this animal: immense capability paired with profound vulnerability, extraordinary power that asks for nothing in return. The world's fastest animal is losing the only race that truly matters. We started with one single second, the window in which a cheetah commits everything, her body, her energy, her survival, to a single explosive burst across open ground. But now you know that second is only the surface. Beneath it is a spine built like a spring, a heart twice the size it should be, and claws that never fully rest. Beneath it is a mother who spends 18 months pouring everything she has into cubs she will one day walk away from without looking back. Beneath it is a solitary existence across 500 miles of vanishing wilderness, lived with a quiet dignity that most animals, and most people, will never fully understand. The cheetah does not ask for sympathy. It does not wait for recognition. It simply runs. And every time it does, it reminds us what it looks like to be perfectly, completely, heartbreakingly alive. If this video taught you something, a surprising fact, or a moment that stuck with you, consider leaving a like, sharing the video, and subscribing to the channel. Here, we take the time to explore the natural world in depth because these stories deserve to be told with all the attention they require. Very soon, we'll discover another fascinating animal, and trust us, you won't want to miss it. So stay tuned and see you soon for the next exploration.